Swami Babaji, thank you for this opportunity. My question is, what's your take on domestic violence and abuse, and if one should even consider leaving the partner or the marriage if it's impeding in one's spiritual and personal growth?
Sister, I'm not in favor of any violence of any kind. And in no uncertain terms, I condemn it. I don't think so. Anybody should take advantage of the weakness of the partner. It should be a 50-50 relationship, not that one person has the say and not the other person. Now, having said that, when we are in a relationship, it's our responsibility to try and make it work. Sometimes, it could be the lesser of the two evils. So we need to have patience. Love is a very strong weapon. And if we can fulfill our responsibilities rather than react and give more love to the relationship, there's no harm in trying.
And I recall the last session you mentioned that we should be kind and nice to people even if they have hurt us. And in this situation, how do we be kind and nice if someone is abusive and not respecting our values?
But people all over the world are the same. I guess in today's day and age, everybody's becoming very individualistic. They are only looking towards their own needs rather than in a collective manner. Now, where is the guarantee that you come out of one and you'll be in any better situation after this? So, wherever He has put us, let's make the most out of it, beta. And like I said, love can change people. Let's not sort of be impatient and take a step that we regret later on. Give it due thought and see what is the best you can do.
Okay. Keep me in your hukam, Babaji. Thank you.
Swami Babaji, thank you for giving us your darshan. Babaji, my question today is that are people's personalities due to their karma? For example, some people overthink while others let go easier. Some are extroverted while others are introverted. Is that due to their karma?
Beta, we can say destiny, and destiny is formed by our karmas. So whatever we've done in the past, all the actions we've taken, they create karmas, and the sum total of your karmas is your destiny. So whatever has happened in the past, that creates a certain influence. And that's the way you're going to sort of think and behave today. Apart from that, your education, your parentage and all, they also exert influence on our behavior. All that put together is the way you will behave. But having said that, He's also blessed us with vivek, with sense of discrimination. So on one side, you are looking from within, the mind is giving you a certain reaction, and on the other side, the intellect, the brain is working and telling you this is the right thing to do. And that's where the choice comes in. What step you take.
Okay. And my second question is, what would be your views on manifestation?
But a manifestation is a projection. Okay. Now you can project anything. You can project positivity, negativity, good, bad, depending upon your thought process. But what is the reality, beta? Are we seeking projections? Then we can go to the cinema hall. In the cinema hall, you are seeing projections. But how much reality is in that? That's all make-believe, na? So what we are searching for is reality, not just projections. The mind can manifest anything, good and bad. But what we want is what is the truth. And truth cannot change, beta. Truth cannot change with your karma, with time. That is beyond time and space. That's what we are seeking. Today, in a conceptual state, the mind can project anything. But the purpose of spirituality is to help you to face the reality, not just stay in projections.
Okay. Radha-swami, thank you, Babaji.
Radha-swami Babaji. Babaji, you make my life beautiful and magical. Even this moment is not meant to be, and I'm really amazed that I'm right in front of you. You've always been so kind in accepting all our failures. But then there's always a guilt in us that we are not able to give you the best. How can we overcome that, Babaji?
Beta, there should be absolutely no guilt. You know, he is willing to accept everything as long as there is yearning and there is love. There is more value. Maharaj always used to tell the story of this old man who just put in that 1 rupee. He acknowledged, Bade Maharaj ji acknowledged that much more than all the millions and the lakhs that people gave. Because that was his sweat and blood. That had his love. So beta, he's not concerned about the millions and about rupees and about dollars or anything. It's the intensity of your love, beta. So whatever you offer with love, that is more valuable to him than anything else.
Please allow me to love you forever, Babaji.
Radha-swami Babaji. Babaji, how do we create a conducive environment for someone who is initiated but yet not able to complete his duties?
Beta, everything that we do can take us in a positive manner or a negative manner, beta. So I guess each one of us is responsible for our own actions. So to the extent that we can help others, we can create positivity in the house, we can reflect something good, and especially in these troubled times, beta. You know, I think we are so helpless in what we can do to help others. But definitely we can be positive. We can give them hope. Always, beta, whatever you focus on in life, if you focus on the positive aspects, there will definitely be a solution. But if you focus on the negativity, that negativity will overwhelm you. So in the house, wherever you are, always show that positivity. Always show gratefulness.
And Babaji, does the place where you sit and meditate, does that make a difference?
Yeah. You make the difference. Not the place, not the bricks and mortar. Nothing else makes the difference. Not the time. Because spirituality has to come. That love has to come from you. Not from inanimate objects. It doesn't make a difference.
And Babaji, till the time I'm initiated, how do I connect to you? How do
The connection has got nothing to do with initiation. From the moment we put our faith and trust, the relationship starts, beta. Initiation is just an explanation of what you should be doing, how to do your meditation. But it's just not meditation, it's much more than that. Na? Start being a good human being. Create that intensity within yourself.
And can I sit and meditate? And if I can, then how?
You just sit quietly. Try and sort of keep your attention at the eye center and just try and take your thoughts away. Just try and blank the mind. That you can do.
Okay. And one last question, Babaji. Back home, my family is, affected by the pandemic. And though they have recovered physically, they are not able to recover mentally. The fear has instilled in them, and day to day, they are not living the life being vigilant. They are living in fear, like what next, what will happen. How much ever they try to cut off from the media and all.
The scars of this disease are going to follow us for years. I mean, somebody has only gone through the disease. Look at the doctors, the nurses, who are seeing death every sort of hour, every minute they are seeing deaths. Can you imagine what is happening to their psyche? So that's what I said. We have to learn to give them hope. We have to teach them to be positive. Never talk negative things. Always talk about positive things. Talk about the good things that are happening around you. Where people are helping, people are recovering. Look at all that.
Okay. Thank you, Babaji. Bless us.
Radha Swami Babaji, thank you so much for giving me another chance to ask a few questions to you. Babaji, this time my question is related to my profession. Actually, my whole family is नामदानी. तो स्टार्टिंग से ही सत्संग में एक बिलीव था मेरा. बट व्हेन आई जॉइन होटल मैनेजमेंट, तब से मेरे को ऐसा एक रिग्रेट फील होता है कि मेरे को शायद नहीं करना चाहिए था, क्योंकि एक्चुअली आई एम अ कुक, सो मेरे को बहुत कुछ बनाना होता है. हमेशा एक दिमाग में एक गंदा सा थॉट रहता है कि कहीं ना कहीं मतलब हम कुछ गलत कर रहे हैं, शायद मेरे को नहीं करना चाहिए. इट्स बीन सो लॉन्ग, 4 साल से ज़्यादा हो गया इन चीज़ों को.
इट्स अ वेरी सिंपल थिंग. व्हाई वुड आई गिव समथिंग एल्स टू अनदर पर्सन इफ इट्स बैड फॉर मी? Would I feed that to my children? And if I am not going to feed something to my children, why would I feed it to the next person? So in these troubled times, I can understand that it's not easy to get jobs and all. But beta, like I said, it should be reflected in what you do. So do you think that you're able to reflect Santmat and the ideals of Santmat in whatever you're doing in your daily life?
So according to you, what should I do?
So if you want to be in the hotel business, be in the front office.
But the degree I have taken is only kitchen
No, you
related.
can always switch. I don't think so. The degree prepares you for this thing. You can ask them to switch you to.
Because every time now I realize कि
administration.
why don't I leave that industry and I'll do another.
You see, whatever you like, beta. No, I can't. I mean, I don't want to put pressure on anything. But all I can say is, in a general term, try and reflect it in your actions, beta. If there's an objective, I say I'm hungry, but when I pick up my steps, they are taking me away from the food. So will I be able to satisfy my hunger, beta?
Of course not.
So whatever my objective is, I have to reflect it in whatever I'm doing. Na? Only then I will be able to achieve that objective.
Baji, my another question is, every time my mother, my father teach me कि whatever you can do for other, you just do. But कहीं ना कहीं I feel कि मेरे अंदर वो selfishness है. हम करते हैं जितना मेरे से हो पाता है, हम दूसरे के लिए करते हैं, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं मेरे को मतलब है कि पहले मेरा होना चाहिए, उसके बाद हम दूसरे के लिए करेंगे.
वो भी ठीक है बेटा, बट थोड़ा सा बैलेंस होना चाहिए. दूसरे को उतना ही दे सकते हो जो आपके पास है. जो मेरे पास है नहीं तो मैं दूसरे को क्या दूंगा? अगर मेरे मन में तसल्ली नहीं है तो मैं दूसरे के साथ अपनी अशांति ही बांटूंगा ना. सो इस करके बेटा पहला ठीक है. अब ਹੁਣ ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਖੁਦ ਭੁੱਖਾ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਦੂਜੇ ਦਾ ਕਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਪੇਟ ਭਰ ਦੂੰਗਾ, ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਭਰੂੰਗਾ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਦਾ ਪੇਟ? ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਡੁੱਬ ਰਿਹਾ, ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਬਚਾਵਾਂ, ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਦੂਜੇ ਦਾ ਸਹਾਰਾ ਬਣ ਸਕਦਾ ਬੇਟਾ. ਪਰ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਨਾ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ.
बाबा जी, नाउ बिकॉज ऑफ कोविड-19 इंडिया का कंडीशन बहुत ख़राब है. ऑलवेज आई गेट अ बैड थॉट कि मेरा पेरेंट्स कैसे हैं नहीं है, और बहुत टेंशन होता है.
विद योर बैड थॉट व्हाट आर यू डूइंग?
नथिंग, जस्ट
ਜੇ
वेस्टिंग
ਆਪਾਂ
माय
ਕਮਰੇ 'ਚ ਬਹਿ ਕੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਮੱਥੇ ਤੇ ਤਿਉੜੀ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਬਹਿ ਜਾਈਏ ਤਾਂ ਕੁਛ ਨਾ ਕੁਛ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਪੁੱਠਾ ਹੋਊਗਾ. ਤੇ ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਖੁਸ਼ ਰਵਾਂਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਚੰਗਾ ਹੋਊਗਾ. ਵਾਈ ਬੀ ਨੈਗੇਟਿਵ? ਵਾਈ ਕਾਂਟ ਯੂ
I don't
ਗਾਇਜ਼
know
ਬੀ
why it's
ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ?
always come in my mind. अब बहुत टेंशन होता है.
ਨਹੀਂ, ਥਾਟਸ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਆਉਂਦੀਆਂ? ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲਿਆਉਂਦੇ ਹੋ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੁੱਠਾ ਸੋਚੋਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਪੁੱਠਾ ਹੋਊਗਾ, ਚੰਗਾ ਸੋਚੋਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਚੰਗਾ ਹੋਊਗਾ. ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਦੇ ਸੁਣਿਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੁੱਠਾ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਹੋਏ? ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਕਾਹਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਠਾ ਸੋਚਣਾ?
तभी तो करते हैं, शब्द सुनते हैं, देन आई फील रिलैक्स.
सिखो भी ना, सुनते हैं, आगे भी तो लेके चलो. हाँ,
थैंक यू सो
सिर्फ
मच.
सुनने तक सीमित मत रखो ना, हजम करके अपनी करनी में लाओ.
आई फॉलो. थैंक यू बाजी, हमेशा मेरे फैमिली पे और मेरे पे अपना ध्यान बनाए रखिए.
Radha Swami Babaji. Babaji, my question is how to rise above the emotional bondings. Sometimes I feel I'm very hard-hearted, and sometimes I'm very sensitive, not able to maintain balance at all.
No, beta, it's good to be sensitive. I mean, but again, there's the balance you have to keep. If you are over-sensitive, then you will become part of the problem. Look at the doctor. The doctor has to be sensitive to the needs of the patient. Only then he can treat him. But if he becomes so sensitive that he gets affected by every patient who comes, he'll never be able to practice. So to a certain extent, yes, we should be sensitive to the people around us, to the problems and to the issues around us. But beyond that, if you can be either the solution or the problem yourself. If you want to be the solution, then action needs to be taken. And that's where the balance comes in better. Be sensitive, but don't get affected by what everybody says. If you get affected by what everybody is saying, then you will become part of the problem.
So how can we positively our sensitivity we can channelize?
Long time back, I read this story in the Reader's Digest. It was very, very interesting that in somebody's house, somebody had passed away. And this lady, they were good friends. And so she comes to the house and she feels that I just don't want to sit in the drawing room and echo some empty words. I want to do something. And they were Christians. So she remembers that tomorrow they'll have to go to church. There'll be a prayer. So is their suit ready? Are the shoes and all polished and everything? So rather than just going and sitting in the drawing room and making the family cry by reminding them of everything, she goes, presses the clothes, polishes the shoes, and puts everything ready. Now that gesture of her has conveyed much more than just going to the drawing room and saying, oh, I'm so sorry to hear about your loss and all that. When we go and we repeat these things, you are actually making that other person relive their sorrow again and again. So let's be positive. Let's see what is it that I can do to give this person strength to overcome. Now you are being sensitive also, but at the same time, you are taking a step which is helping them rather than creating more pressure.
One more question, ma'am. How to take away fear?
Fear is always of the unknown. So if we do our meditation and we are able to get that inner understanding, it will take the fears away better. Gur Gyan Anjan Sach Netri Paya Antar Chanan Agyan Andher Gavaya. So it is, even in the Bible, Christ says, if thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. So go beyond the physical. Close the physical, open the third eye. And your whole body shall be full of light. Light is symbolic of knowing. And when you know, it takes the fear away. It's like a dark room. We're all scared to go into the darkness. But if you on the light, you can see, then you're not scared.
Please strengthen me, Babaji. Thank you.
That's fine. Okay, that's fine, Babaji. A very quick one. During meditation, when we do Simran, right? When I do my Simran, my whole body goes into that like a dead state, like, and then I feel that pins and needles in my like legs and all. So when we go for the bhajan posture, it's very difficult at that particular moment for 2 minutes to immediately sit in that.
Take away all the pins and needles. Pins and needles come because of the lack of flow. When you sit in that posture, the flow goes back to normal.
But is it okay to extend the legs for a while and then come to that bhajan position?
Just go into that.
Immediately.
Okay.
And Babaji, in my meditation, I am struggling to go to the next level. I've been just listening one particular sound.
There is no level. All these stages and all are just explained to you. Hazur is to say either you are there or you are not. So as long as you are not there, we are making an effort. When we reach there, we will not be thinking about all this. So don't give me levels. Just say, I have one goal. Put those blinkers that you only see the objective and nothing else. Until you haven't reached your goal, we are all seekers.
Okay, Babaji, we have said that we should contemplate the form of the master, right? So, of course, we have seen so much of your YouTube videos. That form comes so clearly, then the
Dhyan
real
has got
physical.
nothing. Dhyan has got nothing to do with how many times, how near, where you've seen the master. It's something which is the natural consequence. What, like somebody asked about that manifestation. So you can manifest, but we don't want manifestations. We don't want projections. We want the actual thing. And the actual will come. It's got nothing to do with how many times or how near you've seen the master. Otherwise, my family members shouldn't have a problem. They have as much a problem as any one of you. So as you're able to concentrate, the natural consequence of that will be dhyan. It's not something you can do.
Babaji, last thing is like 2.5 hours, right? So is it okay that we keep the digital clock which gives a tick that, okay, 1 hour is done, 2 hours is done, then you change? Because we don't know when to come to the bhajan
That
position.
create an atmosphere where your spiritual clock will tell you everything.
Okay.
We don't want artificial means, do we? You want to be dependent upon artificial means?
No, Babaji,
Then-
definitely not.
Yeah, so automatically you will know, okay, this is the time to switch, this is the time to, you will get up on your own, you will do everything on your own.
Thank you, Babaji, so much. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Swami Babaji. This, I do not know how to phrase this question, but putting it into some kind of perspective, like I am now a soul, mind, and a body, 3 in 1. What am I? Who is the one that is communicating with you right now? It cannot be the body, and the soul I do not know. The mind, from what I gather, is just the impressions that have been gathered. So what is it that is communicating to the world and right now to you?
At your level, it's the physical that is talking.
But
At
not
his
the-
level, there is nothing called physical, it's only the soul.
But not the body right
Can
now.
the ray of light be separated from the sun?
No.
The ray of light actually is the sun. It's part and particle of the sun. Isn't it?
Yes.
So, can the ray of light exist without the sun?
No.
It can't. So, that's what we are trying to discover. Today, having been sort of bound by the physical body, what is going to happen to the physical? Dust to dust. That's going to be left behind. And because we are restricted by the physical, so and our senses are so crude. In the physical, our senses are very crude. We do meditation to go beyond the physical. And as we start getting into the spiritual realm, you will see that awareness starts increasing. You're going beyond your physical senses. They will become more finer. You will feel much more. You will become more sensitive. Somebody doesn't even have to tell you the problem. You will feel the sensitivity. You will feel his pain or his happiness. But that's when you start going beyond the physical. Mind is through what we act. That's a tool through which we act. It's only a tool.
And what is this physical made up of?
The moment you reach the level of the soul, then you won't be asking questions.
Until then?
Huh?
Until then?
Until then, keep on
If I were
questioning.
to ask you.
No, until then, you keep on questioning and I'll keep on answering. But once you go into the spiritual realm, there are no questions, there are no answers.
Right.
That's why, Babaji. Babaji, I've been into some situations where I feel that sometimes I feel love, I feel pull, right? And sometimes I feel that I'm very, very far away from you. It's like a kind of a wave. Someday, some moments.
Love is not something that comes and goes. It is your emotion that comes and goes, beta. Love is always constant. Love has got nothing to do with what day it is or what situation it is. It's your emotion, your attitude, your thoughts. Sometimes you see it in a positive manner, sometimes it's a negative manner. But to say that love will fluctuate, love will not fluctuate, beta. Love is the core of our being. You cannot exist without love. So that is why, as I was explaining to the sister, we need to feel it. And once you start feeling it from within, you will understand it in its true essence.
Yeah, Babaji, but that feeling comes and goes away.
Better because you're not focused enough. It's lack of focus.
Then what to do, Babaji, about that?
As I said, he's already given it to you. And if you have a lot of wealth in your house, but you are searching all over the world for it, what do you need to do? Look into your own house. You know, what are we doing? We are searching for peace of mind and happiness from money, from possessions, from position, from relationships, from everything except where it's kept. It has to do within what you are. Understand that. Learn to live with yourself, and you'll be the most peaceful man. We are all running away from ourselves.
But then, Babaji, means when you try to focus or just think, means I feel that it's nothing. Like your mind is again tricking you.
We are nothing.
Self-justification.
Who told you you are something? We are nothing. What are we? What am I? The moment I start thinking I'm something, that is the biggest concept I've created, the biggest illusion I've created. What am I? Well, you tell me, what am I?
Nothing,
Then?
Babaji.
We came from nothing, we have to go back to nothing. Nothing begets nothing.
Is it also, Babaji?
You know, the India, everybody else discovered the numbers. It was the Indians who discovered Shunya.
Zero.
That is our strength.
Babaji, this means this wave, is it also be related that if you are not initiated, means the initiated ones are more focused? Because I am facing a lot
No.
of problem.
No, I never say that initiated ones are more focused. That depends upon you. Initiation is entering a school, beta. But if you don't work, if you don't study, are you going to pass? So whether you're in a government school or a public school or a private school, you have to work. And you will get the result of your effort. But just to say that I've got a stamp, that I've been initiated and things will automatically happen, I'm very sorry, they won't. Not where I'm concerned. You will get the result of your effort. You put in the effort, you'll get everything. There's no effort, you get nothing.
Okay, Babaji. Babaji, second thing I have this, which confused me a lot, that or make me guilty, that means I feel that Namdan is kind of a very big thing, and I never got that confident. Even last time I questioned you about
How
that.
will you get the confidence? If you don't, it's like the child saying that, first I must understand the teachers and first I must understand everything, then I'll go to school. Then he doesn't need to go to school. It's only when he goes to school will he start understanding.
And Babaji, what to do with that negative which makes me always guilty
But
that I don't deserve that?
the mind will always stop you from doing everything which is positive. But you have to take a call. What do you think is your objective in life and how do you attain that objective? If I want to do something, I know that this is the path that I need to take, which will take me to my objective. So until I don't take the path, just thinking about it, will it make me worthy of that? You have to take the next step, no? You require the action, not just the thoughts.
Okay, Babaji, I will try. Just give me strength. I am literally from last couple of months I'm feeling very, very distracted, especially not able to focus.
Precisely, we need an anchor. If the ship has no anchor, then it is going to go with the storm. So until you don't have an anchor in life, until you don't have a sense of purpose, until you don't have an objective, we will be distracted with it.
Okay, Babaji, I will try. Thank you. That's